Karen Bouchard, and I am here with the author of the novel, The Crimson Thread, Brad Pelsue. And now Brad is a writer, musician, family man, businessman, and world traveler. He's earned his degree in ancient history from the University of Colorado, and he has written an absolutely fabulous book. So Brad, who did you write this book for and why?
I wrote the book for young audience for teenagers, and I just wanted to take people to places that I have been, and then I thought, well, what if we could take them in the time that the events happen?
So after a reader finishes that last page of your book and closes the cover, how will he or she be different? What impact do you hope that your words have on your reader?
You know, the reader will have been there, and they will have seen events, Bible times, and through the eyes of teenagers. So it's written with our main characters, Derek and Phoebe, and I'll tell you about them in a minute. And they're American teenagers, and they make this trip into history. So I remember the first time I went to the Holy Land with my wife, and coming back, it changed my view of everything because I was there. And I want that experience for young audiences.
So you mentioned your characters. So I want to hear more about these characters.
Well, what we have is two young American teenagers, Derek and Phoebe Paloma. And they are the son of a gold miner who's discovered and mining gold in Cappadocia, which is a region of Turkey. And so they travel on a business trip with their dad just to see the mine, and there's a newly discovered underground city. This area of Cappadocia was an area where they had underground cities, and there was more than one, but we've excavated several, or they have excavated several. And they would go down 9 levels. They would be places to store the food stores, have livestock in this underground city. They had bread that would last a year, water, plenty of supply of water. And so when the invading armies came through, they could hide, the whole city could hide in the underground city. And it was just a great place to hide out. My wife Georgie and I visited there, did a little research, and it's a fascinating place to start. So Derek and Phoebe travel there, and then they're during the tour of the underground city, they are separated from their father and begin a time travel trip.
I mean, that's a fascinating enough. You don't even have to travel through time. Just what you described is fascinating. Can you imagine as a teenager being able to explore this underground city? And now, on top of that, they get to travel through time. So how do they travel?
Well, I found an amazingly convenient method of travel, and it's caves. And if you have the right tools and you are working with the right guide, like our guide Yaldar, then all caves are connected. And Yaldar can open a portal from the cave in Cappadocia and take them to Jerusalem or Cairo or Babylon.
So tell me about some of the fascinating places that they get to visit and that you describe in the book.
Well, it's the events, because they are going to places actually at the height of their time in history, beginning with the Garden of Eden. And of course, the height of the Garden of Eden was the moment before the fall. And then, so they are there and they watch Adam and Eve. Then they are in Jerusalem, and on several different occasions, thousands of years apart. They go to Passover in Egypt, and then they are in the time of the temple in Jerusalem at the time of Jesus.
So what is with the Qumran? Is that in the Bible?
Well, it's not in the Bible, but the Bible is in Qumran. And this is the place where there was ancient scrolls were buried for over 2,000 years and were rediscovered in 1946. And so Qumran is the time capsule that shows us that this really happened.
You have so many fascinating elements going on in the story as your main characters are exploring and discovering and solving mysteries. And okay, so there's a tapestry, and why the tapestry?
The tapestry was one of the earliest forms of art. And it tells a story in woven and portable, therefore, fashion. And so we find on the front of the picture all of the stories of the places that Derek and Phoebe have visited. When they turn it over in the back, we can see the thread, the crimson thread that interconnects all of these stories together. This tapestry is unlike any other tapestry because it was woven over 1,500 years by 40 different artisans in 66 panels. And that is an allegory for the Bible itself.
Brad, how in the world do you do research for a book like this?
Well, I've been fortunate to go there. Not in time. I've only had my lifetime to work with here, but we've been very fortunate to travel to a lot of these areas. I fell in love with the people and the places and the stories.
I'm so excited for your book and for just what it will mean in the lives of the readers, because you've just done such a fabulous job. And so
Thanks, Karen.
For a young adult audience, right? But of course, we know that young adult means young adults up to old adults, right? It sounds like it has something for readers of every age. And
it's for children of all ages.
There we go. I'm going to fit into that category. Well, Brad, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.